Introduction. Hello, everyone who's on the call. I'm excited. I'm very excited to be here tonight. And congrats for all the hard work. I love a good challenge. So, like a lot of entrepreneurs, I like when a challenge is out there and then we go after and we crush it. So, shout out to all of you guys. Feel free to drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. I'm here in the great state of Pennsylvania. I live in the Philadelphia area. We're gonna have some fun here tonight, guys. So, I very much like Brett mentioned, was looking for an opportunity, and I'm excited if you're on this call, if you're new to our team, or if you're evaluating the opportunity. I think you're gonna love what you see here tonight because we have a beautiful way to experience entrepreneurship without the trap. So I'm just going to jump right into it, guys. I put together some slides. I don't take myself too seriously, as most of the people that I work with will know. So, please, I'm not here. I'm just going to disclaim right away. I hope I don't offend anyone with my passion or my excitement. I'll try and keep it to a minimum, but I get excited talking about this business because for me, I wanted to find a way to be free. And that's what we do here with our team and with this business. So, if you're about that and you like that, I think this call will be for you. So, without delay, let me see here if I can share my screen. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. And shout out to Mark Bernacki and him introducing me to AI who helps me make slides because I'm a pizza lady and I'm a vitamin lady. I don't make slides. So we're going to talk about pizza ovens and possibilities, not too much about pizza ovens though. Right? But this is me, all right, born and raised in Philadelphia. I am a very dedicated wife to my amazing husband. I'm a fun-loving aunt. I have spent 30 years in the restaurant industry. No business background at all. I don't have any family in the restaurant industry. I just kind of happened upon a job in a pizza shop. To be very transparent with you, when I was entering college, I went to college to be a teacher, and I just kind of fell into that pizza shop and made it a full-time career and worked for somebody else for about 15 years. And I'll take you a little bit on that journey. But I'm so super blessed and grateful for this Team Philadelphia, which we're a part of, which you're going to hear a lot about tonight. And the opportunity that they've presented to me and helped me to grow within this team environment over the past it's now over 8 years. So, I'm very blessed and very grateful to be here. But, tonight's more about you guys, like why are we really here tonight? I'm sure everybody's here for a little bit of a different reason, but I think that our opportunity really attracts people who want to experience entrepreneurship without the trap of traditional business, right? Maybe you're here for freedom, right? Maybe you like to make choices on your own terms. Maybe you don't like having a boss. I'm a fan of all these things here, so I think that's a good thing. For me, independence is a big one. I never want to be dependent on someone else. I have a goal to be completely debt free in my life within the next 24 months. Health is a big one, right? We have a beautiful health community here. If you haven't seen anything before this call tonight, you're going to hear some amazing stuff about our products. For me, number one, for traditional business owners and busy professionals, this is our Activated B complex. I see Evan shaking his head because Evan knows if I'm talking about products, I'm talking about this. This product is going to help you in your life to realign the serotonin in your brain and to reduce your stress and improve your energy. Plus, it tastes kind of like orange juice. So that's my plug for that product. I will plug other products along the way. But maybe you're here for time, right? To spend time the way you want it, with who you want, when you want to spend it with that person. And for me, that's like the ultimate in life is just being able to not have someone else controlling your life. And that's kind of how I ended up here, right? So if you're looking for any or all of these things, you're going to find it here with our community. For me, I truly believe entrepreneurship is absolutely for everyone. It's just a decision. When you want to be your own boss, when you want to take control of your life, when you want to start working for yourself, I do think it's something that, just about anyone can do. Because I have no business background at all. I didn't study business, but I have spent the last 15 years running, growing four pizza shops. Very demanding, a lot of hours. Do we have any business owners? Please drop it in the chat. If you're a business owner, if you own a traditional business, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a lot. It's a lot of investment in time and money and energy, but it's something I always wanted to do. Very early on in my career, working for someone else. I started maybe 17 years old. By the time I was 22, I was like, this is it. I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to be my own boss. Like, I know I can do exactly what my boss is doing if I just stick with it and I work hard. And it was just really a mindset for me and a goal that I set out to do. But, it comes with a lot of challenges. Traditional business is very, very challenging in a lot of different ways. And I think tonight my goal is to walk through a little bit of comparison so you guys can kind of, get inside view of, traditional business versus our unfranchised business and the real value of the opportunity. And for me, I was literally in this room maybe like 2016, 2017, about 5 years into owning my own shops, which I worked really hard to do. And I was making great money and I was working like 80 to 100 hours a week. And I was just like, this can't be it. Like, this can't be it. I do not control my time at all. People are blowing up my phone 24 hours a day. I really just couldn't see myself doing what I was doing for the long term. And that's when I really started looking, and I'm very blessed and very grateful that someone reached out to me and asked me to take a look at this business, much like somebody might have reached out to you. So we're just going to have some fun tonight. We're going to get right into it. Show you a little bit of behind the scenes. What does it really take to open and survive in a brick and mortar business, versus our beautiful unfranchised business, right? So for those of you who don't know, right? There's a lot of cost just to get open. Traditional business, right? Like before you even open your doors, especially in the restaurant industry, you got to build out the place, And I always wanted to like partner with other people in the restaurant industry, be able to help other people grow their own pizza shops. But that would mean literally, if you go halfers, on a pizza shop with somebody, and you split it with them, it's probably a $150,000 investment each, right? To build a nice pizza shop, $300,000 is normal, right? You got to ask that person to work 60, 70, more likely 80 hours a week. It's a lot of time. You're going to need a loan. You're going to need some kind of personal savings on the line. A lot of times, and for the last pizza shop that I opened, guys, which is now that shop's over 12 years old at this point. That's my, youngest baby. That first lease was a 10-year lease, guys. You better hope you better hope nothing happens and you don't fail when you're like on the hook for 10 years of signing a lease. Can you imagine you're renting an apartment and your landlord's like, okay, this is going to be for 10 years, right? And they don't usually rent apartments for 10 years, but landlords who are renting to a business owner, they're like, oh yeah, I want a 10-year lease and a personal guarantee to go along with that, which could mean if something happens, I'm going to seize your assets. I'm going to like just take your house and whatever else you own. It's a lot of risk, right? You're really putting your neck out there. Right. When I saw our business, right, the unfranchised business, first of all, I was like, unfranchised, like, what's this all about, right? Very much like a franchise. Our business has systems, it has uniformity, all the products are already done for us, the websites are done for us, but like completely unlike a franchise, low one-time investment to get your business started. Everyone here on this call spent more on their cell phone than you're going to spend to start your business. I say that with confidence, right? You don't have loans, you don't have a lease, you don't have employees. You can start earning while you're learning. This is, I think, the most beautiful thing about it because most traditional businesses is going to take you years to be able to make back your investment and the money that investment in that last store to build it out. I still have not gotten that investment back, but we're not here for that, right? We're here to really talk about like the positive sides of what we got going on here. And I think the best thing about it is plans in life are definitely going to change. And there's going to be different, seasons in this business. I hear Brett talk about this all the time. And this business is very flexible, right? I think this is one of the most attractive things for me was the fact that you could actually start this business while you had a very, very busy schedule. I didn't have to give up on what I was doing to start incorporating and building this business, right? Hopefully, is this making sense? Are we okay? Are we alive? Drop a one in the chat if you're alive, right? The bills that never take the day off. Oh, everybody has this in their life, right? Everybody has bills in their life that will never take a day off. When you own a traditional business, it doesn't matter if it's 4th of July week and everyone has left Philadelphia and has gone to the beach and you have your slowest week ever, the rent is still due on the first of the month, right? Your landlord does not care, right? You're always going to have to come up with the money for payroll. equipment, utilities. Today, there's something always breaks. Today, I got a message, a computer's broken in one of the stores. And the girl who's handling it, I'm just like, how much? How much is that going to cost? She's like $1,500. I'm like, oh, let's see if we can squeeze by for the summer without getting that new computer, right? In our business, right? There is some overhead, right? Our business is a business, right? We have to do something to make money. But the overhead, when I saw the overhead for our business, I was like, nah, this can't be right. Where's the extra zeros on these numbers, right? We're talking 21.95 a month. That's to maintain our back office software, which literally is like the brain of your operation, keeps track of all your customers, keeps track of somebody ordering in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. Company ships out the product for you. And 60 BV, which is like some products and some things that you might use on a regular basis, right? Here's some other, if you love pizza, you don't have to own a pizza shop to love pizza. If you love pizza, I highly recommend, to keep loving pizza, you can use this product that's called Go Trim Core, which is a carbon fat inhibitor. This is a real good one. Keep loving pizza, just incorporate this. And Advanced Level 90, which helps to just even out your blood sugar and helps you to maintain a healthy weight, especially if you're like me and you're well over 40, right? So there's the plug, right? You use a couple products on a monthly basis, right? 21.95 a month. There's your business in a box, right? And like that to me has been such a beautiful thing because you don't have the rent, you don't have payroll, and your business literally goes with you anywhere you want to go, which is a beautiful thing. This was very attractive to me when I saw this, and not to mention that you can grow and scale an income that can match the kind of income you can make owning multiple restaurants with, just our shop.com unfranchised business, which is mind blowing to me. Mind blowing, right? This is a really important point, and this I love, right? As you grow yourself and others, the income will grow. Traditional business, I think, a challenge that all of us face, and even at jobs, I think, a lot of times it's very self-interested. You're chasing profits, you're chasing making money at your job. You don't really want to help people that you work with because you're probably competing for that next position or promotion. So you're kind of in competition with everybody. And a lot of times, especially, in a job or in traditional business, if you're not there, things sort of fall apart. You do have to be actively involved in your business. You do reach a point where there's only so many profits you can extract from the business because you have to constantly reinvest back into the business to keep it upgraded, to keep it going. In our business, it's very much a relationship business, and very, very simple, right? Nothing is easy, but it's very simple. We're sharing products, we're growing people, we're sharing the business opportunity, which I love doing because I know what this business has done for my life and not just my income, but the impact I've had on my family and, all the people in my life that I want to help with this business. And you really do get rewarded for helping more and more people become successful business owners. So unlike what I really wanted to do with the pizza business, which was, help other people open their own pizza shops, I don't have to ask people to mortgage their life away. I don't even have to ask them to stop their job. Keep working your job. Let's just grow this income on the side of what you're doing so you can get on that path to whatever that freedom is for you. And for me, it was always making sure I had security and making sure that I had an exit strategy, right? I don't know if anybody else thinks this way on the call, but I knew that you don't have a retirement plan when you own a traditional business. You have to make the retirement plan. You have to make the actual exit strategy. And that may be you at your job, right? Lots of jobs don't come with pensions anymore. Those kind of days are sort of gone, maybe for your parents or your parents' parents. Lots of companies don't offer pensions anymore. They don't have even really robust retirement plans. It's a good idea to build your own retirement plan. And for me, I've always seen this business as my retirement plan. This business will help me gracefully exit the pizza industry, grow an income that, like Brett mentioned, will match and eventually surpass my pizza income. And the most important thing is it has leverage. We are growing a leveraged residual income, and helping more and more people to earn here in our environment, which is only helping us earn more, right? So, again, hopefully everyone's alive. Hopefully everyone's hanging out here. Creating our own economy. Okay, this is huge, right? When I saw this, I could not help but be very attracted to this, right? In the pizza business, okay, I got to buy a lot of things, right? Like I'm not getting a discount on that computer that I need to replace in that pizza shop. They are going to sell it to me. Maybe I can get free shipping on it, but I'm certainly not going to get a discount, right? In our unfranchised business, you literally can get everything for your life at a wholesale. And we always call it creating our own economy. Keep more of your hard-earned dollars in circulation in your own life, right? Get paid for everything that you buy, right? My husband's favorite product is toothpaste, right? The toothpaste from our company, so good, right? Yeah, Evan, give shout outs to that. It's so good. It's all natural toothpaste, no chemicals, going to make your teeth super shiny and white, right? Really leaves your breath clean and fresh. That's just one small example, guys. But we literally get wholesale pricing on health and nutrition products, beauty products, skincare products, everyday shampoo, conditioner, soap, right? Laundry detergent. The business owner in me is like, yes, I want to get everything at a wholesale. I want to save money on everything that I buy. You can't save your way to retirement. You can't save your way to quitting your job tomorrow. But can you save $3,000 to $5,000 a year on products that you buy? And what can you do with that money? Can you invest it and make it grow money babies? Right? Can you treat your mom and dad to a vacation? I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, but if you're confused and you don't have any ideas, we can talk about that all day. I have tons of ideas for you of what we could do with your hard-earned money you're keeping in your pocket, right? So drop a one into the chat if you're excited about that. Let me check this chat. Let me see. Okay, we're alive. Yes, we're alive. Good, good, good. Mookie likes that. Fantastic. Okay, next, the side by side, right? Just to give ourselves a little bit of a recap of what we talked about so far, right? Cost to start traditional business can be huge, right? I think the biggest thing with a traditional business, whether you're opening a salon, maybe you're an esthetician, maybe you're opening a hair salon, maybe you're a landscaper and you want to go out and do your own, you're going to need equipment. You're going to need a location. You're going to need to build it out. And then the hidden cost of if something happens to that building, if something happens to that equipment, right? You have a major equipment failure. This is the unknown cost, right? You can plan ahead all that you want and say, this is how much money I'm going to need to get my very small business off the ground. But there's no way to know what's going to happen down the road, right? This is why I love our business, right? Is a one-time low investment. Again, less than the price of your cell phone, right? The monthly overhead, this I could go on for 6 years with, but I'm really trying to keep it under 30 minutes for you guys. You just never know. I got a letter the other day from a township. Um, it's not near me, politely asking me to pay more taxes for whatever code they wrote. It's like basically hieroglyphics. I got to read some kind of crazy nuanced township code that I have to pay more taxes. This stuff just keeps coming up, right? You never know, right? Utilities always going to go up, right? Insurance definitely going to go up, right? And if anything ever happens to your business, your insurance will go whew, crazy up, right? In our business, we don't have employees. We don't have a lease, right? You could say the monthly overhead is keeping your software up and running, but I think that there's probably two or three people on this call, myself maybe included. Maybe I have an extra membership or two floating around in my own universe that I'm paying for that I shouldn't be paying for. Could that extra membership to the car wash be 21.95 a month? It might be. It might be, right? And you could skip one Chipotle bowl and that'll cover 21.95 a month. Just saying, right? Inventory, right? In the pizza business, this is a big challenge, guys, because our inventory is spoiling as soon as it arrives. We have to keep moving the food right away because otherwise it will go bad and you have to throw it out and nobody wants to do that, right? I love our business. And if you're looking at this opportunity and you're thinking to yourself, well, I love the idea of these products at my health practice. I'm a doctor. I want to be able to feature these products to my patients. Or again, I have a salon, I have a gym, a fitness studio. You don't have to keep an inventory at all. We work with lots of small business owners who feature our products, and people just order from a QR code, they order from some signage, they order from whatever that business is promoting. They don't necessarily have to spend the money to stock their shelves with products, right? And that's a beautiful thing, right? The biggest thing I think, your time. Your time in traditional business is you have to put in time. You have to be on site. You have to be there. You have to be building. In our business, it's a business of leverage, and I think this is a hard thing for most people to grasp, whether you're in traditional business or you're just working a professional job. You have to get used to the idea of leverage, leveraging the systems, leveraging the educational events that we have, especially for me, I was very much like, I don't understand these educational events that this team is offering, right? And this company is offering because I had no frame of reference. There's no educational events in pizza. Nobody's personally developing, nobody's growing, nobody's also opening up the doors to share the secrets of success. Right. But here, that's exactly what we're doing. We're literally opening up the doors saying, you know what, we're going to have an event. It's Saturday, July 11th. You should come out. You should learn from this woman who's earning $18,000 to $25,000 on a 4-week pay cycle because she's going to share all her secrets with you. Come on out. Ticket's 25 bucks. And why don't you get all the cheat codes? When I started this business, I was like, but why would that person want to help me? Because everything we do here is meant to help you become more successful because us helping you become more successful helps us all become more successful. And it's a beautiful, again, ecosystem to be a part of, which I love, right? Traditional business, you step away, revenue's going to stop, right? You can't be naive, especially if you're in the service-based business. If you are performing a service, you're giving a facial, you're giving a massage, you're training clients in the gym. I only want, if Brett's my trainer and I show up one day and Jean-Claude is there, who is he? I don't want him to train me, right? I need Brett to train me, right? So if you're in a service business, it's hard. You are self-employed, but that is in fact a job that really you can't walk away from because your clients are buying you, right? In our business, we're building a team. We're building a residual income, right? Don't come at me for using that word because that's truly what we're building here. An income that can grow and surpass well beyond your reach. I mean, after 8 years running this business, it's amazing to me when I look at the volume that comes through this business and where does it all come from? And it's through customers and people that I haven't met or I don't know or I don't have any kind of close relation to. And that's a beautiful thing when you really can set something in motion that will continue to carry in motion. So I hope this is making some sense, right? Hopefully, hopefully. You can do a lot of things in this business. Sometimes you can't advance the slides. Okay, the pivot, right? Time to think differently, right? If this hasn't crawled up in your brain so far, for me, right, and maybe you can relate to this. I literally, like I mentioned before, was sitting in this room just thinking to myself, I got to do something now, right? When I started looking when I looked at this business, I was 37 years old, right? So it's not like, like I could retire the next day, but secretly I had a goal of retiring at 50, right? When my husband and I moved into our house, we met with our financial planner here at our kitchen table. And he said, "Well, what's the goals?" And I'm a goal girl. I was like, I want to retire at 50. And the man politely laughed in my face in front of my husband. I was up. I was like, "Oh my gosh, he laughed in my dream." Now, to frame it, I wasn't going to retire at 50. It's not like I'll ever do nothing. I have way too much energy to do nothing, right? But I did not want to be trapped in the pizza shops, right? Laughed in my face. Al, you can't retire at 50. And I was like, bro, why are we giving you our money? Like, why are you managing our money? Like, what? You can't just like tell me the number and I can make it happen. No, the man had no answers. I can't tell you a number. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to figure out a way to make it happen. And when I saw this business, I was like, there it is. There it is, the oasis on the horizon. This is going to be a way where I can retire at 50 because I'm pretty sure I can drink vitamins and have fun and talk about how we can make money with our opportunity till the cows come home, till I'm 86 years old and I'm covered in, dust or whatever happens when you're 86, right? If you use enough products, though, you can age backwards and gracefully, right? But maybe this is you thinking the same kind of thing, asking yourself these same kind of questions. Do you really see yourself doing your same job? Performing your same services, running your same traditional business the same way for the next 5, 10, 20, maybe even 25 years, right? Ugh. The answer is no. You got to take a real good look at what we're talking about here, right? For me, this was a big one. Am I just chasing money instead of fulfillment? My eyes were not really fully open to this until I attended events that we had as a team. And I really realized, wow, people are making a huge impact here. Like people are becoming a better version of themselves. People are really personally developing and growing. And I was trying at personal development like long before this, conversation with our financial planner, my husband and I had decided, let's get some therapy, like you need therapy, I need therapy, we need some therapy because it's like you're successful in life, but you need to keep making sure you have an edge. And I signed up for some personal coaching. I was like, yeah, great. I'll get a personal coach, he or she's gonna fix me up and I'm gonna be motivated. I'm gonna run through a brick wall. And I was paying this person a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, right? We don't need to talk about the dollar amount. But when I went to events with Team Philadelphia, I was like, why am I paying this person for like one call a week where I'm not even sure they're paying attention to me when these guys are giving me everything that that person's giving me and more for free, right along with the environment. So there's so much growth potential here beyond just the income, right? And then this was the big one. Is the stress going to kill me before I make it to retirement? Oh, true. If you're running a traditional business, if you have a very stressful job, at a minimum, if you decide that this business is not for you, you better stay on all the stress products. You just stay on them, right? Age backwards. Your heart, your brain, your circulatory system, it all needs all the help it can get. And if you live here in the United States of America, the food's just not doing it for you, right? I'm not going to go off on a nutrition tangent. But it's amazing what a pizza lady can learn about health and nutrition and well-being. And I truly feel like I'm 27, right? And I think that's worth something, right? If you want to age backwards on this call, drop it in the chat, right? Age backwards, right? Might be a lot of words to type, but you got this, right? Now, this is something powerful that I think has always helped me, and maybe, just maybe, it can help you. Um, if you like this, you can say it out loud, you can write it down, you can carry it forward with you. But I think you really want to get your mind around this fact. Nothing will get in the way of me being my own boss. And every day I'm moving closer to making it full time. Ooh, now I like it, right? Now you might say, oh, this doesn't do it for me. Okay, well, let's have some empowering statement for you, right? But if you like this one, go ahead, steal it, take it, like absorb it as your own, put it in your wallet, carry it around in your pocket. Because I think that's the beautiful thing about this business. You are going to start small here. But everything big starts very, very small. And you can, in fact, become like a lot of leaders on this call, like Brett Portelli, like Mark Bernacki, like so many people who decided to start this business, right? Because they saw something of value in it, right? And then you can, in fact, make it a full-time career, right? Now, you might say, Al, I'm not quitting my job. Nobody said anything about quitting your job, right? Nobody said anything about derailing your entire life. Let's just start growing this on the side of what you're doing. So one day you can have full ownership of every area of your life, your health, your well-being, your wallet, and all the things in between, right? I'm coming in for a landing. Part three, the end, right? What does it look like to really build alongside our world-class team? And if you're very new to this call, please do thank the person who invited you onto this call because they saw something in you that is special and they wanted to introduce you to this very special environment that we're a part of. Our team has been growing for 15 years. Our beautiful company has been around for 34 years, never a down quarter of growth. And it's an amazing thing to be a part of. And with our world-class team, you're not only working with an amazing team of entrepreneurs who have came before you, have paved the way to make it much smoother for you, we're working directly with the corporate team. Guys, these strategic meetings are going on right now, right? Why? To make sure we can keep making the future better and better for the teams that we're working with. And I'm here for it, guys. I love it. I think it's amazing. We're building a company within a company, and y'all should just get your share while the share is there. We have an open spot for you to be part of our world-class team so that all the leadership, myself, and everyone on this call included, who's going to help you be successful. Why? It's only going to help us be successful, guys. There's no hidden agenda here. Like nobody's out to get you. There's no gatekeeping. We truly want to help and invest their time into you to help you be successful. Now, as someone who grew up in Philadelphia, I'm not going to lie. When I first got introduced to the environment, I was like, but why? Why is everyone being so nice to me? Why is Thomas going out of his way to like make sure I really understand how to say OPC3 and understand the product and how does it work in the body, right? Thomas is an excellent and nice man, of course, but truly, he knows that a rising tide lifts all ships, and that's what we're here for, to help everyone win together. And guys, I gotta be honest with you, it's fun. Winning is more fun than fun is fun. So there's that. You can take that with you. But these are just some of the things you're going to get. Of course, training and mentorship that you're not going to pay an outlandish amount to someone who's just going to call you once a week. You're literally going to get step-by-step systems, real coaching, and people who are going to work with you directly. No one's ever going to start you in this business and then just say, good luck, read the manual. It's not going to happen, right? Direct line to corporate. Can you imagine working with the CEO and the founders of this amazing company? I'm blessed and grateful for all the people like Brett and Mark and everyone else who's come before me in this business, who've helped put me in that type of position and our team in that type of position to win, right? Proven duplicatable systems. I mean, if y'all want to reinvent the wheel, go nuts. Go nuts. For me, I was like, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like if you guys are making residual income in this business, just teach me. Teach me what you know. I don't care if I'm like literally 15 years older than you. I have something to learn. I have something to learn from everyone. And hopefully you can approach this business with a spirit of open-mindedness and be willing to be a sponge and learn, right? Personal growth, not just income. This is a beautiful thing. Now, I know 2026, we are looking for income, right? Let's be real. I'm a business owner, so, I'm here to make money. But more importantly, I think the more people you help in this business, the more money you will make, and you really will love the person you become along the way. I had a hard time looking in the mirror before I started this business. Not gonna lie, I had a lot of habits that were not serving me. I did not like how I was showing up. I did not like the person I was like slowly becoming over time. Felt like a little bit of my soul was just like dying. And it's really a beautiful thing to be around people who believe more in you, who see something in you, and who are going to help bring the best out of you, right? Which I think is great, right? Your plan B starts tonight, right? You can start this as a plan B. I certainly did. And then over time, it will become a plan A, right? Remember all the beautiful things we talked about tonight, the low cost, the no overhead, the real leverage, and, a group of entrepreneurs who's going to help you. And our commitment is to really change lives together. So we sure hope that you're open-minded to be a part of it. If you do want to endeavor to start your business, I'm going to be straight up direct with you guys because it's not a very complicated business to start. You need your name, your phone number, your shipping address. These things y'all know off the top of your head. You need a debit or a credit card to cover your startup costs. And now you have a fast start kit that's only $449. For 450 bucks, you get over $600 in products. You get all your websites, you secure that spot on the team, and you're going to get access to mentorship and coaching and a personalized success plan just for you. Right? You also need a social security number. Company's going to pay you money, guys. They need to make sure you're really you, and it is 1099 income, which is beautiful, and all the tax advantages that come along with that, right? So that's my pitch for you. But really, the difference between people who are successful and people who are unsuccessful is just the will to do it. You know, you definitely are here because you want to change some area of your life. True or not true, right? For me, I was like, I got to change a lot of things about my life. Like the health, not in order. The mindset, it's trash. The way I was making money, I just didn't want to do it anymore. And like all of you on this call, I saw the business, I saw the opportunity, I saw the people doing it. I had at some point take that step forward and say, I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to commit. And to be very transparent with you, the first commitment I made was for 12 months. I said, I'm going to give this a year because realistically, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take my commitment of a year to be able to really get this off the ground, to see some results, right? Not a day, not a week, not a month, not 90 days, a year, 12 months. It's going to go by fast, right? And then ever since then, honestly, I make a new commitment every year. What am I going to do this year? How many people can I help this year? How much better can I become as a person? Because this environment pushes me to be better. So anyway, that's it for tonight. I really hope you enjoyed tonight's call. I hope it wasn't offensive in any way. I hope not. Bleep out those parts, right? But please do get back with the person who invited you onto this call. I look forward to working with every single one of you. Please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to connect with you guys anytime on